do that up here on the recording. Okay, you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackard.
And I'm the Karina.
And this is the Hot Hustle Morning Show. Today we're talking with Karina from Greece, and we are talking about
How you came into, so much new information after you had an NDE, and you felt like that there was, lots of different activations and I guess information and technologies that the humans here on Earth could utilize. And so I know that you had a really interesting story about how all this came to be. And so I just want to dive right in. I think we've got a lot to share today.
Yeah, so much.
With our audience, including some channeled information and paintings. So let's talk about how this happened. So let's start with the NDE.
Where does it start?
Yeah.
Okay. So all this started, normally I would say it started with my near-death experience. But, yesterday when we were talking, they gave me a part of my story to read for your audience. And they reminded me that when I was little, I had this visit from this spaceship. Even if this story is inside the downloaded book, I have never managed to explain this. How is possible because when you have a near-death experience, you are not always walking. You don't change consciousness always, right? But in my case, it was a walking phenomenon. Walking is when the previous person dies, this soul leaves, and another soul is coming to the same body because it has to not pass through matrix, through school, through childhood, because when we are kids, everybody's open and it's different, But after 7 years old, everybody changes because we have all these limiting beliefs from society, from our teachers, from our parents. So then the walking phenomenon has the difference that you are like children. You never grow up actually, and you are like a sponge here, and you have to be careful when you first come on earth with whom you are talking and from whom you are taking information, because there is always the danger that you will get a lot of limited beliefs from your teachers, etc. So when I first came after the operation, the first thing I remember is in the hospital that my mother came inside the room. And I told her from first moment, I am not your kid. And she said, I know.
So she knew you were walking.
Yes, it was a very strange thing. My mother had
Wow.
these things, she has nothing to do, she does know about routines.
Sure.
Yes, but she knew that is not her child anymore. She knew that. And I had to continue what the previous soul was doing here. And the previous soul has promised to the mother that she will be at the hospital because I always call her my mother, and I always feel like she's my mother. For me, is my mother,
Yeah.
I have the same feelings that everybody has for their parents. So the previous, and I have the memory banks of the previous person, but not all of them. Some friends of mine who don't believe that this has happened, the change of souls, they can't understand why Korina is not remembering all these memories they had together.
Wow.
Yeah, because they know that I have good memory and very good memory. They know that. But yes, there are some parts that the walk-in does have all the memories. And in the past, before 2012, I have read that walk-ins had nothing about the memories of the previous soul. So they were like having amnesia. But now after 2012 is more and more the walk-ins that remember, that have a lot of the memory banks of the previous person. So after that, when I was very conscious that I came for a mission.
Okay.
But I was not remembering the mission. So I was crying every day, every night. I was crying and I was saying to God, Please forgive me. I'm a failure. Please show me what is the mission. I don't remember. And it was I was feeling like I came from a spaceship in a desert. I know nobody. I don't know what to do. And it was like,
Yeah.
yes. So suddenly, after a lot of it was a lot of years of crying and praying and asking, and suddenly I saw a dream where they told me that I have to find a specific person. They told me the name of the person. So the next day I talk with a friend and I tell him I saw a dream that I have to find this person. He says, I know him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And Karina, real
yeah.
quickly, when you say they, is that your guides or your counsel? Who's
When I asked
directing?
who is giving me the book, the book that I channeled or everything, the techniques and all this, the answer was your future self.
Okay.
One who managed to break the matrix and return to the source. So they are at the source.
The Matrix.
If you see, because I never have read about that thing about future selves. I never knew about that. And
Oh, wow.
at some point 2 years ago, I met Frank Jacob. People in America, I think, know him. He's on YouTube. He's a very nice guy. And he is talking about the two timelines. And he is talking about future selves. Why? Because they had some machines with which they received channeling, but with the machines, and they are translated, like letters, like
Uh-huh.
words.
Uh-huh.
And they have received the same things with me. I received with my inner technology, they received it with technology, and it's the same things. And they say there that we have two kinds of future selves, what Frank Jacob says. He calls them J-rods. And the J-rods are like the aliens from the future. And so they exist, the good J-rods, the positive ones, and the negative ones. The negative ones come from where humanity has gone to the negative side, the negative timeline for transhumanism and all these effects. The positive J-rods are the future selves who managed to go to the source. So I never had a name for that, but yes, I think we'll talk about the same thing when we talk about that. And what they have told me was this: your future selves who managed to go to the source. And if you read the book, you see there are past selves, future self, higher self. So, and from what I see is like there is a hierarchy, and
Uh-huh.
it is like,
Hierarchy.
Uh-huh.
from what I understand it from the book, uh, let's say we are here, higher self here. Future self is more up because it depends which future self, because the future self went back to the source. So
Got it.
from the source, what I received probably, yes.
I don't think I got it. I mean, I kind of get it, but I guess I kind of think that I still have kind of this energetic sense that I am my higher self. Like I don't have to
Oh,
go
yes, I
anywhere.
remember.
But let's
Yes,
talk
yes,
about,
yes. Yeah. I agree with that. But we
okay.
have to do that here on Earth. We have to download a biggest percentage of our higher self here on Earth. We have to become 100% our higher self.
Uh-huh.
I
Yes, but
get
even
you.
Yeah.
if you become your higher self here,
Oh,
you are not
that
back in the source.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So would you say that is your mission here is to help share what you've learned and to help us become more of our higher selves here on earth?
Yeah.
Yes, and I have memories from this other field of existence. And if you read about walk-ins, it's very difficult for them here on Earth because there you never had to learn about thinking negative about what people will do to me. Things like that you never have there, so. So you never have also the need to put boundaries.
Oh,
And
yes.
here is very difficult. And people, even the spiritual ones, they don't believe it. They don't understand that what they have to do is not working with my past self, because my past self was other soul, it's gone. What we have to do is just to teach me. After the heart surgery, I started to do psychotherapy in order to be able to handle the symptoms that were left after after the surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to be able to function even if I didn't know when the symptom will happen. Because this was scary. In any time, yes, I was healed with the operation, but it was a new symptom that appeared.
Yeah. You had to
Yes.
deal with your new self.
Yes, but the
Right?
symptom was very scary. It still is. It still is very
Sure.
scary. Yeah, you can never get used of that. It's like someone shoots you at the heart. You can never get used of that. And it happens suddenly. So you never know. So you start doing less things in order to avoid to have the symptom
Sure.
people or, so I started psychotherapy because of that, to handle it. And a lot of times, I never will stop psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, how it's called, because it's finally it's talking with someone who is not judging you.
That's
And
it.
for me, my psychotherapist, I call her my teacher of earth. Because she's teaching me what rights I have here on earth. I didn't know about a lot of things, about a lot of rights that that you have here. I didn't know them. She was telling me, but you can say to that person this and that. And I goes, wow, I have the right to say that? You know?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's very different in this walk-in situation. Yes.
Interesting.
Well, let's.
Go ahead.
I mean, I kind of want to, fly into the energy, and it almost seems that you've got a gift to unlock us from the constructs and the matrix of this reality. It just seems that from what I keep seeing, and the chat is going
Yes,
nuts.
everybody's saying you're amazing. We love you so much. She's such a great coach.
know, oh my
The
gosh.
energies that she shares. I know that you've done some healing work. So we'll talk a little bit about. I'll ask you about the healing work that you've done for others, and then maybe will you do the activation with the channeled reading, and we look at the.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'll ask you
So-
about the. Go ahead.
Yes, so the first thing I downloaded, I channeled was the book. Then was the project, and then I started to download techniques. Techniques about healing. The Lemurian technique is the Lemurian horn technique.
What? So hold
Lemurian,
on.
yeah.
Lemurian connections, like the galactic connections to the Lemurian constellation.
Is that what you're
Yes,
saying? Uh-huh.
Lemurian, with that parts of ourselves, because even Lemuria is us.
Oh,
Is
that's
that-
true. Golly.
Yes, we are everywhere. Yeah, you feel it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were in Lemuria, okay? We were there, but it is not a past. It's exactly what the channeling. I think your question now drive us to that channeling that
Sure.
they wanted to share, because they say that everybody says now that there is no time.
Yeah.
Here inside this dream or VR, there is time, because that's why we can change. If you don't have time, you can't have changes.
Oh, gotcha.
Has to be linear in order to have the changes. But in reality, out there, outside of this matrix dream, call it as you want, there is no time. So we are at the same time in Lemuria. We are at the
Yeah,
same time now
absolutely.
there, yes. So would you want to see this channeling?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, just take us into the
And so
energy.
let me just say something too, because I got a couple questions. Like some
Yes,
people
of
were
course,
saying,
of course.
I'm not
Yeah.
fully following on the. Yeah, some people are like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
let's
not
just kind
fully.
of clarify.
Yeah, I'm not fully getting it, and that's okay. So the idea here is just to be in the energy, because that is what changes things. And it allows for you to be able to open yourself up. If it feels light for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. We're all different places in our journey, and it has nothing to do with, where you are or anything like that. It's just an invitation. And so I remember when I first read a couple books, I didn't understand anything what was even in the Course in Miracles. And the idea there is just that it's okay. you're still receiving and you're still getting the healing from the different activations. And that's what you have brought for us here today, correct?
Look, I mean, love and energy translates.
I know, right?
So, I mean, just
I
come.
hope so. So it's about my English. You think that they don't?
Oh, no.
Well,
No.
yeah, your English, I mean, Liaka says I use more on these live sessions than ever because like
There's no words
for this kind of work a little bit, right? As you know, an artist and a writer myself, I like write around this, right? It's like a whole story so that somebody gets what it means to channel the Lemurians.
Yeah, it's just a lot of concept too.
And I think that, the English is a little bit, sometimes it takes me just a minute and you've got to think we've got other people that are, all over the world on these calls too. So they already might have a language barrier with English, and then going the other step, it might just be a little bit of that. But I think if we go into the energy, they're going to get it.
Yeah, and the cat, it says,
and maybe there is an explanation about, all this channeling thing.
Let's
to explain that a bit.
okay.
I think very few people, from what I have observed, at least in Greece, I don't know abroad, channel outside of the matrix. Most people channel entities inside the matrix because of their egos. And if you check, I was feeling that. And when I obtained the biofield viewer machine, now we can see that. So I took the pictures of these people who I was feeling this way, and we checked the human biofield. And their biofield was really, they were a pet of entities. They were pets, like pet of entities themselves, They were full of entities. They were doing what they wanted. So their channelings were not clean. So it's very rare. And now we can see it from the biofield to check someone if it's really clean channeling outside of the matrix or inside. So when you channel outside of the matrix, what I think is that you always channel this large consciousness, what we call God, what we call, this big, what we call God, actually, the
source,
divine.
Consciousness.
The source, yes. So for people who believe in aliens, they feel more comfortable with aliens. They will hear, I am this alien, People who are more comfortable with angels, they will hear, I am this angel, So this, I believe it's happening. I think it's one big thing, the divine, and it's translated in what we think. Of course, I have the same a lot of times, but the feeling, the only time the feeling of the channeling is different is when I try to channel. There is a difference here. I tried that when Tom Cabell, the physicist, said that this is a VR and that this is created like in a large computer. When I tried to channel the computer, it was very different. It was like talking with a child, and it was very humorous. But all all the other times is this serious and this, from the source. Yes.
Interesting. Well, why don't you take us through the reading and the activation? If you want to share your screen, do you have the image up? And you said when you were talking to me and sharing the image, you mentioned this painting. Can you tell us a little bit about how the painting works with our energy? Like how you mentioned it helps to remove limiting beliefs or...
Yeah, no, the painting has not removed limiting beliefs. I have a technique that will remove limiting beliefs.
Okay, thank you.
Because, people are coming to me from different paths.
Sure.
What is this? Limiting beliefs, and now we have a way. So I can delete limiting beliefs in seconds.
Nice.
And maybe...
Will you tell us about the...
Maybe we can do it. We can do it today to delete one limiting belief that you're going to choose for your audience.
Okay.
For the
And then
ones
tell
who are here.
me,
Yes.
sure, can you tell me about this painting?
Yes, so this painting is called neurotransmitters activation. Activates the neurotransmitters. So with this painting, a lady with, I was shocked to see that happening. A lady with multiple sclerosis was the first that was totally healed with 2-3 months having this painting at her place. What I received on my channeling was because these paintings are channeled paintings. So I create this in like 5-10 minutes. Very fast. But I can do it now. I can do it only when they want to send me one, you know? So that lady was healed from multiple sclerosis. And then comes Ioana. I don't know if Ioana is here with us now, but I have her in a video and she says her testimony. And she told me, Korina, I'm going to try this painting for my mother. And her mother is an old lady who had Parkinson's disease. So Ioana has put the painting. She said nothing to her mother. It's impossible to say to a lady of 80 years something like the painting. You can't say that. So she just has bring the painting at her living room, at her mother's living room. She has put one printed one, a small one printed one at her bedroom, and one at her living room. So her mother would have the frequencies on her even when she's sleeping, even when she, So in 1 month, her mother was free from Parkinson's disease and free from depression.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 1 month. And I always get shocked about these things. It's really strange for me as well. And people, when they see the testimonial of Ioana, they come and tell me, Korina, I have Parkinson's disease, give me the painting. And I say, I can't promise, I can't guarantee. I don't know if you can have the effect. But then I met Dr. Thornton, who is a pioneer in the field of human biofield. And I told him, this painting does this thing. How I can have research on that, or what can we see on that? And he says, you're going to do an experiment. You're going to bring 15 people at your place, and half of them will have the real painting in front of them, and half of them will have in front of them a placebo paint, a fake painting. So we had to do the experiments the way that we do them in medicine. Yeah, half people take placebo, half people take the real thing, and you see,
placebo or not. Yes.
Yes.
Like it.
So the results were amazing. The people who were sitting in front of the painting had totally changed biofield, cleaned, green. I will show you, if you want, I can show you the experiment. It's a few images to see the before and after, if you want. You want me to show you that?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you want to go to the channeling?
I think we should go to the channeling because we're running low on time.
Okay, so I share. So that's about the painting. It changes the human biofield, and they told us from up there that today the people have to look at the painting, and I will read this channeling, and they will receive activations and activations and energetic upgrades. So I will be more than happy if they can tell us what they felt also.
Okay. So she's going to read this channeling of information. We're going to look at the painting, and we will receive upgrades, activation.
Okay, so this is a channeling from 2016. I have asked up there, why do our future selves communicate with us to help us, since past, present, and future are one, the eternal now, and since they have escaped the matrix, the future selves, right? Why do they want to free their past selves? And the answer was this channeling. It's a very quantum question, and we have to translate it into earthly human terms. We are simultaneously everywhere, omnipresent. You see how much you resemble God? You are therefore omnipresent in all times, in all parallel universes. But you cannot realize it because your multidimensional sense is asleep. However, you are multidimensional. You don't just exist in all dimensions. The dimensions are part of the matrix, but you also exist beyond it. When you do quantum hypnosis on your patients, what are you actually doing? Essentially, you are interested in what happens with the inner child, as you all mistakenly call it. This child is not internal, it's simply from the past, but it leaves its imprints on you. Its pain still affects you. And that's why you do these therapies, so that your behaviors are no longer influenced by your past pains. So you go and heal a part of your being, a part of your existence. It seems very different because you place it temporarily elsewhere. And thus, you don't see it as a present part of you. But according to the eternal now, it is also a present part of you. So it really is a part of you, and not from the past, but eternal. And we are your future selves. You are our past selves. You are our inner children. So you are a part of us, and we want to heal it. That is, in our present, although there is no such thing, we have some parts of us unhealed due to what happened to some parts of us in the past, to our past selves. And this universe is made with such wisdom that it gives the possibility of healing, correcting, if you like, what happened in the past. We will speak entirely in your language to make it understandable. If you escape, then we will be different and better. We will be more elevated in every possible future, in all futures, even though we reiterate there is no such thing as past and future.
Έλα,
But think about,
ποιο
but think
φωνάζεις?
someone is, you
Sorry
have to
about
Yeah, we're
that.
turn off
getting
their
muted.
microphones.
Looking.
Yes.
We're getting you muted.
Yes. But think about when you go into hypnosis and meet little Korina, as you call her, and you change the scene that hurt her. And instead of seeing herself being beaten, she sees you protecting her and filling her pockets with candies. Then what are you essentially doing? You went to the past, intervened, helped her, and now what memory does your current adult self have? The memory of the essence that someone went there and helped them, and the entire memory ended positively instead of negatively. A friend once told you, if you change the past, there is a danger in the future that you might wake up with a different partner, or the partner may have died, or who knows what. That's why it's dangerous to change the past with hypnosis, Korina. And he is both right and wrong. Firstly, the way you do it, you are not trying to change the past in terms of events, but you change the feeling. Also, because you are only in theta waves, you see that when you describe the past event to a friend after the therapy, that you now have both memories. Because they say this because I do the quantum hypnosis in a different way. I go, and if the higher self accepts, we change the past. So the person out of the hypnosis totally healed and different, but only if the higher self accepts and permits, So that's why they say that here. So what happens? You have not successfully managed to change the past. It's that simple. The way you do it is therapeutic on the one hand and very helpful, but not at all successful in actually changing the past. But we are trying to change our past, which is your future. Which
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. I just think it's so important that we, don't keep creating our future based on the past.
Yes. That's why they want, even the source wants to be healed, And our future selves, which now are the source, are in the source, inside the source. They are part of the source because they are the future selves with whom I talk and I communicate are the ones who finished with the matrix, finished with this illusion world, and they are at the source. So that part of us wants to heal its past as well.
That makes sense.
Yes. You might think we are doing it for ourselves, But what does myself mean? You are myself from the past, as you call it. You are myself, however. So you will say, so you do it for me and for you, we will say. We do it for us, for you who are us, for everyone, for the one, for the whole. We agree that technology can bring distraction, and the memory you have of the planet's destruction, where you were left alone hiding in ruins when those strange aliens came, is true, and was caused by very advanced technology. If you remembered, you would know that we have tried the technology issue and it did not succeed. You would know that the real technology lies within you, but is asleep in the oblivion of implants since what we call Atlantis.
Wow.
Wow, I mean, it's so in alignment with like everything that we've been talking about all week
Yes.
and all our lives. You know, it's just we keep getting these same energies.
Yes.
Yeah. So from this, how can we support the audience in contributing to their lives by making changes? I mean, this is good information, but what would be your recommendation for us to make these changes so we don't keep, you know, creating from our past, and we actually can change and become more evolved and ascend?
Yes. The way I do it, so my method is we see human being as multidimensional being. So if they have to remove the blockages first, right? The energy blockages, the karmic blockages, because the karmic blockages is not only for this timeline. If your parallel self does something, it has a result on you too, your own karma. So I have a karmic cleansing, which is for all timelines, for all these parallel selves. So I do energy cleansing, karmic cleansing, deleting of limiting beliefs, which is very, very strong and important. Subconscious reprogramming. We need two things. Is not everything is not the same. It's different the limiting beliefs, the subconscious limiting beliefs, and it's different the subconscious programs.
Oh.
So I have ways to remove, both. And also I observe.
Can we experience any of this? Is this something we can do on the
Yes,
line?
I can do it because they gave what to give to the summit. We have that what they want to give. I will do it,
Great.
but I don't know if it will work because Lianka maybe can explain it, because I told her about when, what happens with when I do something for free when it's not allowed. But I think we can try, and if it works.
Oh, great. Let's try.
Lianka,
I feel like it'll work.
You can explain it better,
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So for the audience, if we are open to receiving, then we will receive, because we would have had we hold the high value for her giving it to us for free, right? Because there should be normally exchanges of energy and for value. So as long as we can all agree that we do hold the highest value and we can see that, then we would be open to receiving and have it heal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. I think we're good.
Okay, so normally I do a test to people. The usual test is a test that everybody does for limiting beliefs. This test also Theta Healing uses. I do the test first. They see their limiting beliefs, and when they change the limiting beliefs, we do again the test, and they are amazed because it's totally changed. But now we don't have the time to do the test and everything.
I see.
So I will do now the delete for limiting beliefs. What limiting belief you will like to, something about abundance
or skepticism?
I
When
think
are
lack
the
of
others?
self-worth. I think that worthiness.
It seems that that's systemic through a collective.
Okay, so this is the one worth, right? Is the one that has a lot of roots. So I can delete that. I will delete it. Okay, and it has inside it many, almost unlimited ones. It has many inside it. When I delete it, I will delete all of them. But we have observed that if people don't do the Maya technique, and I don't have it in English yet, unfortunately, but if they don't do the Maya technique, the first days when I delete the limited beliefs, some of the roots can reappear. Only the roots. And, I delete a lot of them, but there are the roots. So that's why when people come from Theta Healing, from everywhere, and they say, I deleted that, I say, yes, let's see. And I test, and there's nothing deleted. Because not because these methods are not working, maybe, but because they don't have something for the roots.
Got it.
So that's what they have given to me. When I delete limited beliefs, immediately the people have the Maya technique as well, and they work at home with that, which takes just seconds to work with that. But I will do it for you, and let's see if you feel something.
The chat is going crazy
it's not
for
necessary.
Money. So the chat wants us to do it around money.
But worthiness would kind of lead to money.
I thought so too, but
they're more into money.
Yeah, even if we do about money, I have some students who in 1 year and a half, they have now millions. Okay, they have manifested millions. But these students, what did? They deleted not only the limiting beliefs for money, but for their image. Because if you care about what your neighbor says about you, you will never manifest. You don't have to care about your image. You don't have. It's so many things that people have to delete in order to have abundance. It's many. So I can delete for the general now limiting beliefs for abundance. But yes, what you say, if people think they are not worth of abundance, they will never manifest it, right?
Now people are starting to get it. So they're saying, okay, worth, aka value. So they get it now. So they see that the worthy connection.
So we do that one.
We do a worthy, yes.
Okay. Okay. So I just want you to close your eyes a bit and relax. And I will do the work. Okay, we are ready. So what we do with my method is very fast and we don't need half an hour to transmit energies. We don't need, everything happens in seconds. Everything happens in seconds. Because this is where we are going. Hawkins came here to bring you the new earth, to bring you what it is in the most advanced field of existence, right? We are here for that. So nothing will happen anymore difficult, and we don't have to pass through difficulties, through pain, and now
that's
we
good.
to be everything easy, fast, joy. Yes, we have to get used to that.
Awesome. Thank you. And also, I think it's really beautiful that we can start to now navigate and have changes and be in the essence of new earth when we don't have to walk through that pain. I think that's kind of been the overarching message that we've been getting, Jenith, right? When you say through a lot of people that are saying like, okay, we no longer have to do this drawn out thing. It can be through joy, through
one ask, one question.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yes. In fact, your work is that as well. Karina, do you want to talk us through a little about what you brought for us today so people can continue working in your work? You gave us a really amazing special offer. And when I say this, it's because her guides have always kind of structured what something is value, how much someone pays, because there's an exchange of frequency and exchange of currency for what people would pay or what something is worth, right? So you know that sometimes if you pay for something or you pay what it's worth, then you receive on that highest level. However, on this particular special offer, Karina was told by her guides to offer a painting that she had shared, a channeled painting for frequency. Normally they would sell in euros, I believe it's like $4,000 for
5,000 euros normal price.
Right. And so she gave us the ability to do all of the things that we're talking to here for one low price. And so you'll see all of these things together. So we're just super grateful to Karina and her guides today.
Cool.
So tell us a
Wow.
little bit about your special offer here. I mean, she really said, like, and I said, look, I will let people know that we may not see pricing like this like ever again. And that this is just a beautiful gift for our audience and for the summit. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you too. So a lot of Greek people are here and they can tell you about this painting. They really spend time in ways I would never imagine, even when they travel. And you can see there, I have written it there. So they they have the time now because, a few years now, from 2012, we feel that time is accelerated, right?
Yes,
Everybody feels that. So
yes,
people think and feel that they don't have the time
yeah.
for all the things that they were doing in the past, It's like we have less time. Well, with this painting, you will always have the time.
I
Uh,
love that.
yes.
Right?
Yes,
And
I'm all in.
a lot of people say that when they travel for the destination that it takes 35 minutes and they do like 15 minutes and they are, wow,
Oh,
what's going on? Yeah, yes.
yeah, that makes sense. We've heard
Yeah.
of this concept
like
before.
trannies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to meditate on the painting. No, 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 no. That's old stuff. That's old earth. You just put the painting to look at you. You don't even have to look at the painting normally. Now because the channeling was very fast, they put us to you to see what's the painting, but you don't even have to. You just have to have the painting in your to look at you. And people create it also in small ones and take it on the car and they go faster where they want to go.
That's so cool. I like it. I like it.
Yes, yes.
So you can put it in different places in your home, or you can put it in your car. They have different prints, and they put them in different places. Is that right, Karina?
Yes, yes, and they can print it also as a big one because we have it in big resolution, high
Oh,
resolution,
yes.
so they can
Okay.
do big one. Yes, and here is I try to make everything, not me, they they try to make everything easy and fun and So this is a video where I believe you will like it when to watch it. And while you watch it like a story, like a fairy tale, you receive the activations. You start to be aligned if you let it happen with your calling, why you came on earth.
Oh,
That,
that's
yes,
cool.
yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
it has
find your
some
purpose. Okay,
it had some
Yeah.
frequency work in here.
nice.
432 hertz too.
And the melodies, yes, and we have melodies in there. It's not just the talking of the video. Yes. I
Okay,
think
and
I have better English there. I think people will understand me better there because I
Oh,
do it
you're fine.
slowly.
no, you're
Carefully.
good. You're good. We can
Yeah.
receive. It's okay. And so
Okay.
this gift
Yeah,
number
this
3.
meditation, yes, a small meditation about about the times when we feel stressed because of fear and something, we have to do something scary. But if you do it like 31 days, you will see the difference. You can work in one fear for every 31 days, So, and
Ah.
finish with that fear and go to other, And most people, if they want abundance, I have to tell them they are scared of money.
So I should
Really,
work on it.
I goes to, if
Ah.
you go one time, we can do a group meeting to do it as a session as I normally do it, not like an interview. And we check the people, and you will see how everybody is scared of money. Otherwise, they would be abandoned. You
I
will
like
see,
it.
and we will find these limiting beliefs that they have, and it will make sense to them. We can do
Nice.
that if you want. Yes,
Well, we'll have to have you back for that. Okay, the gift number 4.
yes. So this meditation is very much inspired
Sounds yummy.
from Barnett Bain. So from a talk I had with Barnett. Uh,
Yeah.
Barnett will make the, you know, that my book now will be a great Hollywood movie, and Barnett will write the script. He is the script writer of my
Nice.
dream.
yeah.
He's an Academy Award winner, y'all. So that's who
Yes,
she's
yes.
working with for the movie and the
So
book.
we had a talk with him and about life is easy. So he inspired me to create this meditation.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so we,
Mhm. And there is also a melody there. I
How
have in
pretty is
most
that?
of them. I have channeled melodies inside the.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So yes, this one is a very old meditation of mine, which I never realized why it was so important. And I realized lately because when we um, it's what we said with the channeling, you know, it's all connected.
Yeah.
When we have feelings of anger, you know, somebody does something to us and we are angry. It's not us who have the feelings, it's our little
energy.
child, right?
Yeah.
Little child.
Yeah, so
So
much,
this
right?
meditation is for that moment. When you feel that and you get conscious, you say, yeah, it's not my feeling, it's of little Korina's feeling, but I can't help it anyway, you know? So use this meditation for that moment. You will be very okay and your inner child will be satisfied. So it's healing, it's healing. They can read the description, yes. So these are my channeled melodies.
Karina, do you want me just to explain that a little bit to everyone?
Yes.
So, you guys, we live this karma every day. Like, how you get up and you do the same thing, day after day, a little bit in life. Like, you brush your teeth the same way, you live the same way, and then you'll get triggered by someone in your reality kind of the same way,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay.
And so what she's saying is a lot of those buttons were installed as our inner child.
Oh.
So by releasing the inner child, you release your past. And
those buttons.
And those buttons,
Nice.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So I just wanted to take a minute to kind
Thank
of
you.
explain that in our language.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you
Fabulous.
very much. And
Perfect.
these are my channeled melodies. People now here, the Greek people that are here, have tried them, and we have some testimonials in doubt. So each melody does something else. So you just can be at home, watch the dishes, listen to the melody, and
Nice.
you get activated. So everything here in this package is activated. Everything
And
here.
nice.
Yeah.
And this one is to activate with courage and faith. I love that. I love
Yes.
that. Love that.
We all need that.
Okay, what's next?
Oh,
Golly,
gosh,
there's
this
so
looks
much.
so fun.
Yeah. So the debating. Okay.
Yeah, as this activates your heart chakra, you remember the fairy tale, Queen of Ice?
Yes.
Yes. You remember what happened in that fairy tale, right?
It didn't get. Okay.
The little
Go
boy
ahead.
couldn't see, had eyes in his eyes, he couldn't see. And here, it does exactly the opposite. What the little girl did to that boy, she opened her heart chakra, she cried, and and he was again the usual himself. So it's emotional warmth, overcome isolation, inner strength, and all this with heart chakra activation. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Some of these pictures are just moving
they're
by
so cool.
themselves.
I know.
Yes.
And so the piece of Prince of
Prince of
Truth basically is a melody to liberate from deception.
Yes, but the deception we say to ourselves, a lot of times we lie to ourselves. We say these
Yes.
stories inside our heads all the time.
Yes.
And, it's our own deception, our own illusion. And we have to unlock it and get liberated from that, remove this mask.
That makes sense.
This
Yeah,
will
so,
help very much
like, this
in
is-
connection with higher self.
That looks like a good one.
I know. And then,
Oh, master the astral.
Yes,
Love it.
because we saw the frequencies it has, and this with we checked those melodies, we checked everything. You know, because I'm a medical doctor, I always want to check with machines to check. You know, like the crazy scientist who wants proofs. So we have checked these frequencies, and this really helps to prepare you for astral. So it's not a calming music. It's not relaxing music. You don't listen to it when you want to astral to do astral. No, okay. It's powerful. It's different, but activates this courage inside you also, because everybody says, if you want to go to astral, first put a shield on you, right? Shields and shields. What they do when they say to us about shields, they activate our fear. So when we go in astral, we see negative entities created by us, by our fear, actually, you know? So with
Yes.
this, I want to remind you, and I want you to be aligned and be in the frequency of it's okay, everything is created by you. It's okay to be in astral. There are no bad entities. Forget about that. We go to New Earth. No bad entities. No these things.
I
You
got
know?
you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, and this one, I love it very much because I used a lot of scientific applications to create it. I wanted to create my own binaural beat. So, because, you know, I was a student of Tom Cabell, and if you don't know CIA's experiment about binaural beats and what happens with out of body, you have to check it out. It's called Gateway Experiment. Yeah, Christopher knows that. I say Gateway Project. He knows that. Okay, so this is the exact beats that we need in order to use our brains as Tesla did. If you go a bit up, you will see that you can read it. Yes. About this binaural bits. So we do exactly what Tesla did. We download our information, we download what we need, we download everything, okay? So this is very powerful, very powerful. And I have to explain to the guys because they see it now as cheap. It doesn't mean that it won't help. Usually these things are very expensive. It's only for here, for the summit, yes. And this is the book, yes. This is
So
the
this
book.
is the book that was channeled as a result of you being a walk-in, and it came through you, and that's why you called it the book that writes itself. That's so amazing.
Jeez, what did you do to get her to give us all these
I
gifts?
know.
This is like Candyland here.
It's amazing. Thank you. Her guides.
you.
I know, guys are like, here, just let's
Just yes,
so
dive
awesome.
in, and really wanted us to have this.
This book,
So thank
they
you.
have to read it 3 times in order to receive all the activations. It's real, it's true. You maybe don't feel it because you are used to wait half an hour to feel something, but it's true. My audience is used to feel it in seconds, they feel it. Yeah. And this book made a lady lengthen her leg for 2.5 centimeters just by reading this book.
Wow.
15 people have thrown away their glasses and they see without their glasses. So this book will give you what you really need. We don't know what it will give you, but it will give you what you need. Okay? So, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it says here that the Heart Maths Institute proves that when you see an image, our heart is the one that reacts first, not the brain. That is so true, isn't it? Love that. All right. You guys, it's $111. No kidding. And there's some links in here if you want to look at the testimonials and other things that she's done.
I mean,
about the
yes,
book,
the
especially.
video, it's full of just other images, like those really beautiful images that all came through to support the book. If you want to take a look at those. But I mean, this package is worth well more than what's even there. You're right. It wasn't me that put it was her guys.
That's
so
wow.
And you see that the Greek audience writes there that
I know.
Nancy,
like, where's the link?
Nancy,
Right,
yeah,
put
we
the
have their
link in,
testimonials
guys.
there. Nancy says my astigmatism has reduced during the second reading of the book. So they write that there.
her
We have
astigmatism
Yeah.
it reduced.
Yeah, that
yes.
way.
So we have the
can't wait.
testimonies. They say that all
Oh
is
my
true,
God.
yes, because we have a Viber group where, we gather and we talk about
Yeah.
our manifestations and
I
Yeah.
love that.
I know that there's some resistance to, this is a new, kind of a new way of work. Like a lot of speakers through the summit and through this work, it's very much done through going through your inner landscape, going through meditation, working on, really meeting the field through meditation and things like that. And we forget that colors have frequency.
Yeah.
We forget how art and sound are all frequency
Yes.
that moves us.
Yes.
yes.
And this is a really unique way to bring frequency and change into our lives. And I just can't express that enough, you guys. I know that, yes, Karina's from Greece and her language is not, as easy as English sometimes. But I do think that frequency is universal.
It is.
And beyond
Golly, you're
universal
gonna make me cry.
space. And I can sense the change and the possibility with Karina. And I just wanted to put that out there because I know that, when you're introduced to something new, there's always like this uncomfortable zone you've got to go through. You've got to kind of go and be a little uncomfortable with it and then wait and kind of check it out for yourselves, go into your energy and say, does this sound fun? Does this feel light? Does this, is this going to create change in my world? So I just invite you to explore the package. I'll put it in the chat again because now the chat's gone crazy and it's like way up there. So let me grab it again and I will put it back in the chat. And if you are looking on the replay, I just want you all to know that it's always below the replay.
Yeah.
There's a link that directs to the offer. If you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a special offer link. If you're listening on the podcast, there's a link in the caption. So there's these various places that you can find her work
really
and the link.
awesome offer. Thank you.
And
now,
that's
now
incredible.
they write to me on my Viber that to invite you all in the Viber group, in our
how
Viber group.
fun. Are you kidding? That's
I
so
can
cool.
I can give you the link, and if you want, you can come on the Viber. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, you're more than welcome to. How cool is that? They wanted to invite us, all of us, into the community that she facilitates as well. People were like,
cool.
"Oh my God, how cool!" So thank you.
I give you on Zoom chat. You have our
Yeah.
community.
So
And when you come, you will see we write in Greek, but immediately if you start speaking English, everybody who knows English will start talking to you. It's okay.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yes.
So yeah, grab the offer. I mean, it's only going to be available for just a little bit more time, and then start to go through it, and then you have a community to be able to bounce the ideas and the changes that you're experiencing off of them, and they can tell you about what they're experiencing. So how cool is that? Thank y'all. Wow.
Thank you
y'all
guys
are so
for setting
fun.
up all this, for creating all this summit. Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
I know it's tiring every day, many hours live on YouTube, but you are great. You are great.
Thank you.
Do you have any last words before we wrap today?
Yes, there is a little piece that they told me to talk about it, and it's a little paragraph. So it is this: how will I know if I truly have a divine communication? Because, from up there, they want everybody to contact them. Just contact them. They want that. So how will I know if I truly have a divine communication? And the channeling was, in higher communication, there is such a flow of information and inspiration that there is no going back. It's like a baby being born. It cannot go back into this mother's womb. You change and transform your life and the lives of others, moving towards truth, purity, harmony, growth, evolution, love, compassion, kindness, joy, financial comfort, and peace of mind. All these inspirations come effortlessly without studying. even in areas where you have no prior knowledge. So yes, this is how when it's real channeling. You have knowledge for new things without studying them.
I
So
love that.
yes.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Wow.
guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You were right, Lianka. You have a loving and supportive audience.
Yeah, we love this nice
Yeah, it's a
audience.
good
Thank
group.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
And everyone, thank y'all for being on the line today. Write about what you've experienced on the Instagram. We are still doing our
Contest, yes.
costuming. What?
We're costuming, but if with comments on Instagram, we are selecting a winner each day and sending you a gift card. We are also doing that with YouTube as well. I had run out of gifts, so
We've
now
got Amazon gift cards, and then we've got a couple books from one of the speakers that are coming up here too. So those are physical books. If you do have to pay for the shipping, but we will get those out to you too. So we'll draw some winners from that as well. And a couple of Karina gave us like 2 meditations that we can
give? Okay.
Yes, that we can also give. And so we're really excited to have you all comment and let us know how you're feeling.
Yep. So again, the link for Karina's offer is in the chat if you're right here. If you're listening on the replay, it's going to be below this video. And tomorrow,
Maybe you could put under the video also the invitation for the Viber group, because the people write, yeah, they're not coming. They're not coming.
Oh, I don't
The
see
Greek
the-
people. Yes, maybe you can put also the Viber group invitation under the.
Oh, we'll put that in the replay.
We'll put it
A
in
It
the
would be
lot of
nice
people
if we
they're
all
just used
connect
to-
together, everybody from all the countries.
They're
to
used
connect.
to responding through the email. I think they've been a little more trained to look for the offers and the responses through the
So
email.
we'll get that put there.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
let me
yes.
go ahead and copy it here, and I will make sure that it gets stuck in there.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you very
Fabulous.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.